You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this online leadership training by Cascade Transformatics. It's a great pleasure to have you on board in this time of the year. My name is Martin Sifine, and I will be moderating today's training on leadership style. The major focus of this training is to identify the different styles of leadership and its application. So once again, I welcome you all to this training platform. At Cascade Transformatics Ltd, we are committed to encourage applicants to continuously create innovative ideas, growth, and embark on self-development and capacity building. Our programs reflect this commitment, as well as our diverse backgrounds and cultures of our instructors and trainers and participants alike. Our mission at Cascade Transformatics Ltd is to provide quality courses and a friendly learning environment. We focus on empowering people by providing necessary tools and knowledge to help reach their goals. With our uniquely practical and straightforward approach, participants can begin applying their new skills just immediately after a section of training with us, at least at the basis. We also offer an unmatched variety of courses and programs created for individuals and groups of all ages, status, background, and academic levels. We offer training services for all sectors of human endeavor, such as in the agricultural sector, in the mining sector, in the power energy sector, in the oil and gas, in the construction industry, in the environmental management and sustainability practices, and so on. We also help build capacity for procurement officers, project execution managers, leadership qualities, managerial skills, IT and ICT skills, and all forms of vocational trainings. Also, we help organization in staff training and capacity building. We also render services to organizations who would like to sponsor some group of people in building capacity in different areas of specialization, maybe as part of her corporate social responsibility to them or so. So you could contact Cascade Transformatics for all these services. So for this training today, I will be introducing us to some housekeeping rules that I would like us to follow so we can have a successful section. Number one, you have to mute yourself and put off your video. This is to avoid any form of disruption in this training. Secondly, we would like you to send in your questions, as this is a sign of an effective learning. So for your questions and contributions and suggestions as well, please make use of the chat box below, and don't forget to indicate your name in full and your organization so that we can identify you in the course of the training. All right, going forward, I would like to introduce our trainer for today to make her presentation in the person of Mrs. Babatunde Rita. Mrs. Rita has been a leadership speaker for years now. She motivates the young, the old, the male and the female folk in most of her trainings and seminars and conferences on how to become a transformational leader who can pioneer positive innovation in their various fields of endeavor. She is also an educationist, a postgraduate researcher, and a guidance and counselor for youths and women. You are welcome, Mrs. Rita. The stage is yours. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much, Mr. Martins, for that introduction. Good day, everyone. Welcome to Cascade Transformatics Limited. Today, we are going to start a different topic, which is leadership styles. Last week, we talked about becoming a transformation, and I want to believe all the things we talked about has been put to use. So today we want to talk about the different styles we have, the different styles of leadership. and how it can be applied. So at the end of today's training, it is expected that you will be able to state at least five leadership styles implemented by leaders. Two, I expect you to be able to, identify some of your styles and how it can be applied, its application. So these are the two major goals for today's training. And I believe at the end of today's training, all those things will be the thing of the past. So you are welcome to today's training. As I stated earlier, the topic before us is leadership style. So I want to introduce this lesson by saying this. Leadership style is the manner, an approach of providing direction, implementing plans, and motivating people. As seen by the employees, it includes the total pattern of explicit and implicit actions performed by leaders. At a glance, we may think that some leadership styles are better than others. I'm very sure that may be running through your mind as we speak. The truth is that each leadership style has its place in a leader's toolkit. The wise leader knows how to flex from one style to another as the situation demands. Leadership styles are on a continuum ranging from autocratic at one end to laissez-faire at the other end, with varieties of style in between. So these are the things we're going to be talking about. We are going to talk about each of the style, the characteristic of each style, and when it can be applied. So let's go. We are going to start with the first one, which is autocratic style. The phrase most illustrative of an autocratic style is do as I say. Just do as I say. Generally, an autocratic leader believes that he or she is the smartest person at the table and knows more than others. They make all the decisions with little input from team members. That is autocratic style for you. They don't believe in others. They don't believe others can contribute. No, they know it all. They Mr. Know-all. So this command and control approach is typical of leadership style of the past. But it doesn't hold much water with today's talents. That is not to say that the style may not be appropriate in certain situations anyway. Let me give an example. You can dip into an autocratic leadership style when crucial decisions need to be made on the spot. That is when you can apply this style and you have the most knowledge about the situation. So when that is the case, then the leadership style can be applied. Or you are dealing with inexperienced and new team members, and there's no time to wait for team members to gain familiarity with their role. So that is when this autocratic style can be used. So that is autocratic style in short, in a summary. The second style is authoritative style. The phrase most indicative of this style is follow me. And this authoritative style can also be known or can also be called visionary style. Follow me, that is the language of authoritative style. The authoritative leadership style is the mark of confident leaders who map the way and set expectations while engaging and energizing followers along the way. In a climate of uncertainty, these leaders lift the fog for people. They help them see where the company is going and what's going to happen when they get there. autocratic leaders or authoritative leaders take the time to explain their thinking. They don't just issue orders, no. Most of all, they allow people's choice and latitudes on how to achieve common goals. So that is authoritative style for you. The next style is coaching style. When you are having a coaching leadership style, you tend to have a consider this approach. Consider this one. That is the language. A leader who coaches view people as a reservoir of talent to be developed. A reservoir of talent to be developed. The leader who uses a coach approach seeks to unlock people's potential. That is when this coaching style is very, very efficient. Leaders who use a coaching style open their hearts and doors for people. They believe that everyone has power within themselves. A coaching leader gives people a little direction, to help them tap into their ability to achieve all that they are capable of. That is coaching style. Then the next one is pace-setting style. Do as I do is the phrase most indicative of leaders who utilize the pace-setting style. This style describes a very driven leader who sets the pace as in racing. Pace setters set the bar high and push their team members to run hard and fast to the finish line. While the pace setter style of leadership is effective in getting things done and driving for results, it's a style that can hurt team members. For one thing, even the most driven employees may become stressed working under this style of leadership in the long run. Should you avoid the pace-setting style altogether? No, not so fast. If you are an energetic entrepreneur working with a like-minded team on developing and announcing a new product or service, this style may serve you well. However, it is not a style that can be kept for the long time. A pace-setting leader needs to let the air out of the tires once in a while to avoid causing team burnout. It is not a style that can be used for a very long time. No. Else, the result may not be what you are expecting. So, that is pace-setting style. The next style is democratic style. Democratic leaders are more likely to ask, what do you think? That's the language. What do you think? They share information with employees about anything that affects their work responsibilities. They also seek employees' opinions before approving a final decision. There are numerous benefits to this participative leadership style. It can engender trust and promote team spirits and cooperation from employees. So that is why this democratic style is very, very good. It allows for creativity and helps employees grow and develop. A democratic leadership style gets people to do what you want to be done, but in a way that they want to do it. Getting people to do what you want to be done, but in a way that they want to do it. That is democratic style. It is participative in nature. So that is democratic. The next one is affiliate style. Affiliate style. A phrase often used to describe this type of leadership is people come first. Of all the leadership styles, the affiliate leadership approach is one where the leader gets up close and personal with people. A leader practicing this style pays attention to and supports the emotional needs of team members. The leader strives to open up a pipeline that connects him or her to the team. Ultimately, this style is all about encouraging harmony and forming collaborative relationship within teams. That is when this style is applicable. It's particularly useful, for example, in smoothing conflicts among team members or reassuring people during times of stress. So that is affiliate style. Then the last style is laissez-faire style. Laissez-faire style. The laissez-faire leadership style is at the opposite end of the autocratic style. Of all the leadership styles, this one involves the least amount of oversight. You could say that the autocratic style leader stands as firm as a rock on issues, while the laissez-faire leader lets people swim with the current. They don't really care. Just do it anyhow you want to do it. On the surface, a laissez-faire leader may appear to trust people, to know what to do, but taken to the extreme, an uninvolved leader may end up appearing aloof. While it's beneficial to give people opportunities to spread their wings, with a total lack of direction, people may unwittingly drift in the wrong direction, away from the critical goals of the organization. This style can only work if you are leading highly skilled, experienced employees who are self-setters and motivated. That is when this style can be used. So, to be most effective with this style, monitor team performance and provide regular feedback. That is when this style can be effective. I know I talked about the laissez-faire, that it's not really, you know, it's not a kind of style that I can encourage, but then there are times that laissez-faire style can be used, especially if you are working with highly skilled, experienced employees. That can be used. So these are the 7 types of leadership styles I propose to discuss with you or to train you on, and I already did. So now the next thing, I know the next question on your mind is, how can I discover my leadership style? What approach? How? I know that is the question on your mind right now. We've talked about the different styles, but how? How can I discover mine? So that is what we want to talk about, choosing your leadership style. And I'm going to give you 4 points, 4 ways on how to choose your leadership style. I'll start with the first one, which is know yourself. Starting by raising your awareness of your dominant leadership style. That is the first thing you need to do. You have to start by raising your awareness of your dominant style. You can do this by asking trusted colleagues, friends, people you work with. You can ask them. Ask them, and I mean people that will be very honest with you, not people that want to, you know, that just want to give you a fake answer. No, people that will be honest with you. You can ask them to describe the strengths of your leadership. And another way to know yourself is by taking a leadership style assessment. This can be mailed to you on demand. If you need it, just reach us at info@cascadetransformatic.com and I will mail it to you. You can use that leadership as a leadership style assessment to assess yourself. That is know yourself. Then the second point is understand the different styles. And I'm very sure at this junction you already do. We've talked about the different types of leadership styles and how it can be applied. So I want to believe at this junction you know that. So the question you need to ask yourself is, what new skills do you need to develop? What new skills do I need to develop from all that we've talked about? Then the third one is practice make a leader. Be genuine with any approach you use. Moving from a dominant leadership style to a different one may be challenging at first. I understand that. But then practice the new behaviors until they become natural, until they become part of you. In other words, don't use a different leadership style as a point and click approach. No. You just find yourself doing the right thing because people can smell a fake leadership style a mile away. So, authenticity rules. Don't forget that. So the last way is develop your leadership agility. Develop your leadership agility. Traditional leadership styles are still relevant in today's workplace, but they may need to be combined with new approaches in line with how leadership is defined for the 21st century. Today's business environment are fraught with challenges due to the changing demography and the employee expectations of a diverse workforce. This may call for a new breed of leaders who is an amalgam of most of the leadership styles discussed here. As the Chinese proverb goes, the wise adapt themselves to circumstances as water molds itself to the pitcher. An agile leadership style may be the ultimate leadership style required for leading today's talents. So now, let me just summarize all that I've been saying. We've talked about 7 leadership styles. So let me just summarize everything. The type of style and the language. When you look at your screen, you see it there. Autocratic, do what I tell you. Autocratic can also be referred to as directive. Then we have authoritative, or what we call visionary. Here is where we are going. That is the language. Affiliate, leadership through relationship. That is the language. Democratic, let's decide together. So democratic is more or less a participative kind of style. Pace setting, run fast, keep up. That is the language. Then we have coaching, long-term development of others. And of course, the last one, laissez-faire. Do the way you like. You are on your own. That is the language for the laissez-faire. So this is just in summary of all the things we've talked about on leadership style. So I'm going to conclude by saying this. Knowing which of the leadership style works best for you is part of being a good leader. Developing a signature style with the ability to stretch into other styles as the situation warrants may help enhance your leadership effectiveness. Don't forget, an agile leadership style may be the ultimate leadership style required for today's talent. Thank you very much. And before I hand over to the moderator, what is your leadership style? That is a food for thought. Thank you so much. Mr. Moderator, over to you.
Wow, that was so insightful and elaborate, Mrs. Rita. I'm sure our listeners have grabbed a lot of things in this section. Please, Mrs. Rita, in the course of the training, we received a couple of questions. Number one is from Mr. Matthias from Rock and Joe Stones. And he said, Mrs. Rita, my boss is thinking of building the capacity of some of the staff in our organization in some managerial duties. Can Cascade be of assistance? Over to you, Mrs. Rita.
Thank you so much, Mr. Martins, for that question. Yes, Mr. Martins, for that question. Yes, and yes, yes, and yes, again. Cascade is equal to the task. Mail us at info@cascadetransformatic.com or visit our website at www.cascadetransformatic.com. When you do that, we are good to go. So that is how we are equal to the task. Just reach us and we'll solve your problem. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mrs. Rita. The second question is from Mr. Sunday from 17, and he said, Mrs. Rita, how can I enroll for some managerial courses with Cascade Transformatics Ltd? And are there certificates for them also? Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Martins. Yes, we have certificate course. And just as I stated earlier, all these things can be solved when you visit our websites or you mail us at info@cascadetransformatic.com. We have a separate fee for a module, and when you want a complete modules, which is up to like 20 modules, there's a separate fee for that. But that can be communicated. We can communicate that with you through mail. So, and the certificate, after the whole process, the certificates will be issued. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right, that's wonderful. All right, we won't be able to take more questions because of our time. But if you have questions, you can send it to us using info@cascadetransformatics.com. And for further information about Cascade, you can visit our website, www.cascadetransformatics.com. So we have come to the end of the training today. On behalf of Cascade Transformatics Ltd, I sincerely want to thank you for being there to the end of this training. I hope you have learned a lot that would help you in your leadership ability. Yeah, thank you until we meet again for another insightful meeting or insightful training. Once again, thank you.